those of us who served this country in political party leadership when Obasanjo was president, I was very critical of Obasanjo's presidency. I was. Because there were too many things he did I, as a person, did not agree with. I didn't see him as somebody who worked to enthrone democracy in Nigeria. Rather, he sabotaged democracy. Under his watch, Nigeria didn't make any progress in having a decent democracy in terms of allowing people to vote for people of their choice, and then those votes are respected. Electoral banditry was of the highest proportion under Obasanjo's presidency. And I was challenging him throughout the time when I was national chairman of APGA. That does not mean that I'm saying that things are okay today. It doesn't mean so. But I'm saying that himself, as a president, he had an opportunity which Buhari does not yet have. He had it for 8 years, and he did not fix Nigeria. You know, this is the National Assembly. All the National Assembly members you have today, none has an official residence. Yet before Obasanjo came, the military government built the legislative quarters for the 109 senators and the 360 members of House of Representative members. They were all given official quarters at their poll legislative quarters. You are aware of that. Under Obasanjo's presidency, the properties were monetized at giveaway prices. And those who served at that time acquired those houses. Things that government of Nigeria envisioned that lawmakers would need official residence. They planned for it, developed these houses, and allotted them to lawmakers that came in with Obasanjo. And in 2003, he sold all of them as giveaway prizes. That today, this National Assembly and the last one, the 7th National Assembly, had no official residence. Even the 6th National Assembly had no official residence. These things had been provided for. Obasanjo sold all of them out. So if we are rating his stewardship, you can see that he failed in so many areas, and he also helped to institutionalize electoral corruption in Nigeria. That is the greatest disservice he did to this nation. We're very critical of that, knowing that when people elect somebody they want, then you change it and put in somebody who did not even take part in the election and force the person on the people. Is it not worse than economic corruption? Electoral corruption is worse than economic corruption, because through electoral corruption we bring bad leaders into governance. And when they get in, they don't think about the ordinary people. I don't think any political party will shut out its members from seeking elective position at any level, you know. So it's a voluntary activity. To seek office, to be elected, is a voluntary activity. It's not something you pose on anybody. And that's why it is wrong for somebody to say somebody should not contest. You don't abridge any person's constitutional rights. But if you feel the person is not in a position to provide good leadership and good governance, you can mobilize people not to vote for the person. At the day the voting will take place, everybody will be on his own, including the person who is saying that Buhari should go and rest. He's entitled to one vote. If you have somebody who offers himself to run, and the person is a viable person that can win for the party, why not? So the parties are registered to contest elections, you know, and if they have people within their membership that aspire to contest for any position available, you know, the party cannot shut out their members from contesting elections. The people must come out and demonstrate the desire to provide leadership to the country at the highest level. They must be visible, Nigerians must see them, and then the party will decide. In 2019, I will advocate for the Nigerian people to use their votes to decide what they want. They should be able to vote for a candidate of their choice. No doubt, so many things will determine where people put their votes. Let's allow people to put those votes according to their determinants, determining factors. How this government has affected them. If it has affected them good and they're happy with it, they put their votes back for the president. If they have not gotten what they bargained for in the first one, they go for a change. That is the beauty of democracy. There's nothing called democracy. Democracy is government by the people, for the people, and by the people. Government for the people, by the people, for the people. So you can't make a mistake and say Obasanjo told you, or somebody told you not to vote for this person. It's something you look at yourself, your well-being, how you are faring, whether your children can go to school, whether you can pay their school fees, whether there is security, whether there is peace. There are so many things to consider before you put your vote. Let nobody decide for the Nigerian people. And let nobody tell us who will contest and who will not contest. The Constitution is there to say who will contest or who should not contest.